Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Tonight, there is nothing you need to solve, nothing you need to organize, nothing you need to prepare. For these next few moments, you are simply giving yourself permission to rest. The world outside can continue without you for a little while. Tomorrow will still be there. Every task, every responsibility, every conversation, every decision, they can all wait. Right now, this time belongs only to you. So allow yourself to become comfortable. Notice the surface supporting you. Allow your body to settle naturally. There is no perfect position, only the position that feels right for you. Take one slow, comfortable breath in, and then gently breathe out. Once again, a slow, easy breath in, and a long, gentle breath out, without forcing anything, without trying to breathe in a special way, simply allowing each breath to become a little softer than the last. As you continue listening, you may notice the muscles around your eyes beginning to soften, your forehead becoming smooth, your jaw relaxing, perhaps your tongue resting comfortably inside your mouth. Small changes, gentle changes, changes that happen naturally when the body begins to feel safe. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing you need to achieve, nothing expected from you. You have already done enough for today. Now your only job is to become more and more comfortable. As each breath leaves your body, imagine it carrying away just a tiny amount of effort, just a tiny amount of tension, not all at once. There is no rush, just a little more with every gentle breath. Perhaps your shoulders begin to feel a little heavier. Perhaps they simply feel a little looser. Whatever you notice is perfectly fine. There is no right way to relax. There is only your own way, and that is more than enough. If thoughts begin to appear, welcome them kindly. There is no need to push them away, no need to argue with them, no need to finish them. Simply notice that they arrived, and then gently return your attention to the quiet sound of my voice. Thoughts can come, thoughts can go. You do not have to follow every one of them. Imagine sitting beside a calm river at the very end of the day. The water moves slowly, peacefully, without effort. Every thought that appears can simply rest upon a small leaf. You don't need to examine it. You don't need to read it. You don't need to hold on to it. Just allow that leaf to drift gently downstream, one by one, slowly, quietly. Some leaves move quickly. Some move more slowly. It doesn't matter. They all continue their journey, and you remain here, safe, comfortable, watching without becoming involved. Tomorrow's plans may try to appear. Small reminders, little jobs, questions about what needs doing. That is simply what a caring mind sometimes does. It likes to prepare, it likes to protect, and you can quietly thank your mind for trying to help. Then gently remind it, not now. Tomorrow is for tomorrow. Tonight is for rest. Nothing important will be forgotten because you choose to sleep. Your mind does not need to stay awake to keep you safe. It can rest too. It can become quieter. One gentle breath at a time. One peaceful moment at a time. As your breathing continues naturally, allow a feeling of warmth to spread across your forehead, around your eyes, across your cheeks, down into your neck, flowing gently through your shoulders, like warm sunlight on a peaceful afternoon, or a soft blanket wrapped comfortably around you. There is nothing to force, nothing to hurry, only this quiet moment, only this gentle breath, only this growing feeling of comfort. And with every passing moment, your body understands a little more clearly that tonight It is safe to let go now that your body has begun to settle. There is no need to hurry anywhere. Allow yourself to imagine that this room has become wonderfully quiet, the kind of quiet that feels gentle, comforting, the kind of quiet that reminds your mind that it no longer has to stay alert. Outside this room, life continues. Cars may pass. The wind may move through the trees. Somewhere, people are finishing their day. Some are just beginning theirs. And yet, none of those things need anything from you right now. For this little while, you are free. Notice your breathing again. There is nothing to change. Simply notice the gentle rise and the gentle fall, the quiet rhythm that has been with you since the day you were born. Always steady, always patient, always waiting for you to notice it. As you breathe in, imagine drawing in a feeling of calm, not a huge wave, just a small, peaceful feeling, comfortable, gentle, easy. Then, as you breathe out, imagine your shoulders becoming just a little softer, as though they no longer need to carry quite so much. Again, simply breathing in, quietly, peacefully, and breathing out, allowing yourself to settle even more deeply. There is no finish line, no destination to reach. Relaxation arrives in its own time, without effort, without pressure, without expectation. Sometimes tomorrow likes to knock gently at the door of the mind. Perhaps it arrives with a meeting, an appointment, a conversation, a list of little jobs waiting to be done. Your mind may feel tempted to open that door, to begin planning, preparing, rehearsing. But tonight, you can smile kindly at tomorrow and simply whisper, "I'll see you when morning comes." Tomorrow does not disappear. It simply waits, just as the sunrise waits. It never needs your help to arrive. Imagine placing every task for tomorrow into a beautiful wooden box, one by one, without reading them, without judging them, simply placing each one inside. The phone call, into the box. The email, into the box. The shopping, into the box. The decision, into the box. The conversation, into the box. Anything else your mind wants to remember can gently rest inside as well. Now close the lid. There is no lock, because nothing is trapped. Everything is simply being kept safe until it is needed. You do not need to carry those thoughts through the night. They will still belong to you tomorrow. But they do not belong to this moment. This moment belongs to rest, to comfort, to stillness. As your breathing continues, imagine a feeling of warmth flowing slowly down through your arms, past your elbows, into your forearms, through your wrists, into your hands, right down to the tips of every finger, every small muscle becoming quieter, every tiny movement fading away. Your hands have worked hard today. Now they can simply rest, just as your feet are resting, just as your legs are resting, just as your whole body is beginning to understand that nothing is expected of it anymore tonight. You have arrived exactly where you need to be, safe, comfortable, supported, and with every slow breath, your mind becomes a little quieter, your body becomes a little heavier, and the peaceful feeling inside you continues to grow. Slowly, naturally, one gentle moment at a time. As the night becomes quieter, your mind can become quieter too. There is no need to make that happen. There is nothing you need to force. Sometimes peace arrives so gently that we only notice it after it has already settled around us. Perhaps you can notice that happening now. Not because every thought has disappeared, but because every thought has become a little less important. You are no longer trying to solve them. You are simply allowing them to exist, without following them. Imagine now that you are walking along a peaceful path. It is early evening. The air is calm. The temperature feels comfortable. The light is soft. There is no destination waiting for you. No appointment, no deadline. Just a quiet path that seems to welcome every gentle step as you continue walking. You notice tall trees standing peacefully on either side. They have stood here through sunshine, through rain, through storms, through peaceful summer evenings. They never rush. They never worry about tomorrow. They simply stand exactly where they are, calm, strong, patient. You begin to realize that tonight, you can borrow a little of that patience for yourself. Nothing needs to happen quickly. Not your breathing, not your thoughts, not your journey into sleep. Everything can happen in its own time. If tomorrow quietly whispers your name, simply smile. You have already prepared enough. Anything that truly matters will still be waiting for you when the morning arrives. You do not need to rehearse tomorrow in order to live it well. You do not need to stay awake to prove that you care. Rest is not avoiding tomorrow. Rest is preparing for it in the kindest possible way. So each time your attention drifts toward plans, simply let those plans become softer, like writing in sand, as a gentle wave slowly reaches the shore. Without effort, without struggle, the words simply fade, not because they have been lost, but because they are no longer needed tonight. The sea carries away only what you no longer need to hold. Everything important remains safely within you. As you continue walking, you notice the path becoming softer beneath your feet. Every step feels lighter than the one before. Your shoulders continue to loosen. Your neck feels comfortable. Even the tiny muscles around your eyes seem happy to rest. Your breathing settles into its own peaceful rhythm. There may be little pauses between each breath. Natural pauses, comfortable pauses. The kind that arrive when the body knows it is completely safe. Allow yourself to enjoy those quiet moments. There is nothing missing from them. Silence can be comforting. Stillness can be comforting. Doing nothing can be exactly what you need. For perhaps the first time today, nobody needs anything from you. There is nowhere you need to go. Nothing you need to remember. Nothing you need to fix. Only this gentle moment. Only this peaceful breath. Only this growing feeling of comfort. The path ahead becomes softer still. The evening light slowly fades. The stars begin appearing one by one, without hurry, without noise, without asking for attention, simply arriving exactly when they are meant to. And perhaps your own sleep can arrive in that same gentle way, without chasing it, without searching for it, simply allowing it to find you. One peaceful breath, one quiet moment at a time. You have come a long way now, without effort, without needing to achieve anything, simply by allowing yourself to remain here, listening, breathing, resting. There is something wonderfully peaceful about knowing that this moment asks nothing of you. You do not have to improve yourself. You do not have to solve today's questions. You do not have to prepare perfect answers for tomorrow. For now, everything can simply be. Imagine yourself resting beside a calm lake. The water is perfectly still, so still that it reflects the night sky above. The stars appear clear, gentle, unhurried. Nothing disturbs the surface. And as you quietly look across that peaceful water, you begin to notice that your own thoughts have become just a little like the lake. There may still be an occasional ripple, a small thought, a passing memory, a tiny reminder, but each ripple naturally settles, without your help, without your attention. It simply becomes calm once again. Allow yourself to enjoy that feeling. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to chase, nothing to resist, only this growing sense of quiet. Notice how comfortable your body feels now. Your forehead remains smooth. Your eyes rest gently. Your jaw feels loose. Your shoulders have become heavy in the nicest possible way. Your arms rest comfortably. Your hands are completely at ease. Your chest rises gently and falls gently. With every easy breath, comfort grows a little more. Your back feels supported. Your hips relax. Your legs feel pleasantly heavy. Your feet are completely still. Every part of you understands that this is a time for resting, a time for letting go. Nothing more is needed. Perhaps there are little spaces between my words now. Quiet spaces, comfortable spaces. There is no need to fill every moment. Silence has its own gentle kindness. Your mind can rest inside those quiet moments, just as comfortably as it rests inside the sound of my voice. If a thought quietly appears, simply notice it, then allow it to drift away, like a feather floating slowly across still air. There is no effort. The feather knows exactly where it is going, and your thoughts can be just the same, free to come, free to leave, without asking anything from you. The night continues to become deeper, more peaceful, more comfortable, as though the whole world has softened. Even time itself seems slower. There is nowhere you need to arrive, because you are already exactly where you need to be. Safe, warm, comfortable, supported. Your breathing remains slow, gentle, easy, every breath quietly reminding your body that it can continue letting go. Your muscles continue to soften. Your thoughts continue to become lighter. Your whole body continues to settle, without effort, without hurry, simply following its own natural rhythm. Sleep never needs to be chased. It has always known where to find you, and tonight, it finds you here, wrapped in comfort, surrounded by quiet, held by peace. So simply remain here, breathing gently, resting deeply, allowing each peaceful moment to carry you a little closer to sleep. There is nothing left to accomplish tonight, nothing left to remember, nothing left to prepare. The day has gently reached its natural ending, and just as the evening sky slowly becomes darker, your thoughts can become quieter, not because they have disappeared, but because they no longer need your attention. Imagine now that you are wrapped in the softest, warmest blanket. It rests lightly around your shoulders, around your arms, around your body. Not heavy, not restrictive, only comforting, only safe. With every gentle breath, that feeling of comfort spreads a little further, across your chest, down through your back, into your hips, along your legs, right down to your feet, your whole body resting together as one peaceful whole. There is nothing that needs to stay alert now. Your eyes have already done enough today. Your ears have already listened to enough today. Your hands have already worked enough today. Even your thoughts have worked hard. Now they deserve kindness. Imagine thanking your mind for everything it has tried to do today, for every problem it tried to solve, for every plan it tried to make, for every worry it believed was important. It was only trying to help, and now you can gently say, "Thank you." You can rest now, Those simple words drift gently through your mind. Thank you. You can rest now. Again, without effort, without force. Thank you. You can rest now. Notice how peaceful those words begin to feel. Not because they change anything, but because they allow everything to become softer. Breathing remains easy, gentle, natural, comfortable. Each breath arriving exactly when it is needed. Each breath leaving exactly when it is ready. Nothing hurried, nothing delayed. Only a calm rhythm that continues all by itself. Imagine tiny glowing lanterns floating quietly into the night sky. One lantern for every thought you no longer need to carry. A lantern for today's conversations, floating away. A lantern for today's decisions, floating away. A lantern for today's questions, floating away. A lantern for tomorrow's plans, floating gently upward, smaller, higher, further away, until they become little points of warm light, disappearing peacefully into the darkness. And still, you remain here, safe, warm, comfortable, supported. There is something wonderfully reassuring about this moment. Nothing unexpected is about to happen. Nothing needs your attention. Nothing asks anything from you. The night simply holds you, quietly, patiently, kindly. Your breathing becomes a little slower. Your body becomes a little heavier. Your thoughts become lighter. Every peaceful moment quietly inviting the next. Every comfortable breath quietly welcoming another, as though sleep has already begun, long before you realized it was arriving. There is no need to notice the exact moment. There is no need to wonder how close you are. You are exactly where you need to be, exactly as you are. Allow yourself to enjoy this feeling, this gentle stillness, this quiet comfort, knowing there is nowhere else to be and nothing else to do, except continue resting. One slow breath, one peaceful moment at a time. By now, the quiet has become familiar. It feels as though it has always been here, waiting patiently for this moment. There is something comforting about the middle of the night. The world seems to move more gently. Even the smallest sounds seem softer, as though everything has agreed to speak in whispers. Imagine looking out through a nearby window, not because you need to see anything, only because it feels peaceful. The sky is dark, calm, endless. A few quiet stars shine in the distance, not brightly, not demanding to be noticed, simply existing, just as they always have. There is something reassuring about that. The stars never rush across the sky. The moon never worries that it will forget to rise. Morning never arrives too early. Everything has its own gentle rhythm. And perhaps your body remembers that rhythm too. For so many years, it has known how to sleep. Long before there were calendars, long before alarms, long before tomorrow's plans. Somewhere deep inside, that quiet wisdom is still there. Nothing has been lost. It simply waits, patiently, for the moment when it is no longer interrupted. Perhaps that moment is arriving now, without announcing itself, without asking permission, simply arriving in the same quiet way that the night itself arrived. Notice how comfortable it feels. Not to expect anything. There is nowhere you need your thoughts to travel. No memory you need to revisit. No conversation waiting to be replayed. If one appears, it is perfectly welcome. You do not need to send it away. You do not need to hold on to it either. It can simply pass through, like a cloud crossing a peaceful sky, never stopping, never asking you to follow, only drifting. Your breathing continues quietly in the background. You don't even need to pay attention to it now. Your body knows exactly what to do. Every breath arrives with gentle certainty. Every breath leaves just as gently. There is a quiet confidence in that. Your heart knows its rhythm. Your lungs know theirs. Your whole body understands this peaceful dance. Without needing any instructions, nothing needs improving, nothing needs correcting. You have done enough. You have carried enough. You have thought enough. Tonight, you are allowed to simply exist, to be held by the stillness around you, to rest inside this peaceful moment, as though the night itself has wrapped around you, keeping you warm, keeping you comfortable, keeping you safe. The voice you hear can become more distant now, not disappearing, simply becoming another gentle part of the night, like the quiet sound of rain or leaves moving softly in a gentle breeze. You do not need to listen carefully. You do not need to remember these words. If they begin to drift further away, that is perfectly fine. If they fade gently into the background, that is perfectly fine too. Sleep does not ask you to concentrate. It only asks you to let go. Little by little, without effort, without hurry, until peaceful rest quietly finds you, exactly where you are. The night has become beautifully settled now, so quiet that it almost feels as though time itself has become softer. There is nothing left to chase, nothing left to complete, only this peaceful moment. Imagine that you are sitting beside a small wooden cabin, surrounded by a quiet forest. The cabin is warm inside. A gentle golden light shines through the windows. Outside, the air is cool and perfectly still. The trees stand peacefully together. They do not compete with one another. They do not hurry. They simply belong. The branches move only slightly, just enough to remind you that a gentle breeze is passing through. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear the quiet sound of leaves brushing against one another, softly, calmly, without urgency. It is the kind of sound that asks nothing from you, the kind of sound that simply exists, and somehow, that is enough. As you continue resting, you notice how peaceful it feels to expect absolutely nothing. No surprises, no demands, no decisions waiting to be made. Just this quiet place, this calm night, this gentle voice, and your own easy breathing. Perhaps there is a chair outside the cabin, a comfortable chair that has been waiting for you all along. You settle into it, feeling completely supported. The chair holds your weight without effort. The ground beneath it is steady. The air around you feels safe. Everything about this place seems to whisper the very same message. You can rest here. You can stay here for as long as you like. There is no clock to watch. No reason to count the passing minutes. The night never asks you to hurry. It simply welcomes you exactly as you are. As you sit quietly, you notice the stars above becoming clearer, one by one, more appearing as your eyes gently adjust to the darkness. There are so many of them, yet none are trying to be brighter than the others. Each one quietly shining in its own time, its own place, its own gentle way. Perhaps there is something comforting in that thought. You do not need to do more. You do not need to become more. You do not need to carry the weight of being perfect. For this moment, simply being here is enough. Simply breathing is enough. Simply resting is enough. If your thoughts become quiet, that is wonderful. If they continue drifting gently through your mind, that is wonderful too. Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing needs correcting. The peaceful night makes room for everything. For silence, for stillness, for wandering thoughts, for gentle dreams beginning to form. As the cool evening air brushes gently past, your shoulders soften just a little more. Your hands rest a little more deeply. Your breathing becomes even easier, even slower, even calmer, without trying, without thinking about it, just naturally, as though every breath knows exactly where it belongs. The cabin remains warm behind you. The forest remains peaceful around you. The stars remain quietly above you. And you remain here, safe, comfortable, held gently by the stillness of the night. With every peaceful moment, your body settles a little deeper. Your mind becomes a little quieter, and sleep continues to move gently towards you, just as naturally as night always becomes morning. There is a quiet kind of comfort that only seems to arrive late at night, not because the night changes who you are, but because it gently reminds you that you were never meant to carry everything all at once. The world has become wonderfully still, and for a little while, you can become wonderfully still too. Imagine that somewhere nearby. A gentle rain has begun to fall, not a heavy rain, only the softest shower, each tiny drop finding its own peaceful place, landing quietly upon the leaves, upon the grass, upon the roof of the little cabin. A slow, comfortable rhythm. There is nothing surprising about it, nothing loud, nothing demanding. The rain simply continues, patiently, without asking to be noticed. You listen without trying. The sound comes and goes naturally. Sometimes you hear it clearly. Sometimes it fades gently into the background. And both feel equally peaceful. The rain does not mind. It has nowhere else to be. It is completely content to fall exactly where it is. Perhaps there is something calming in that thought. You do not need to become anyone else tonight. You do not need to solve tomorrow before it arrives. You do not need to make yourself sleep. Sleep has never needed to be forced. It has always arrived quietly, one peaceful night after another, for your whole life, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but always in its own gentle way. So there is nothing to wait for, nothing to watch for, nothing to wonder about. Only this moment, only this breath, only this quiet feeling of being completely supported. Imagine the rain continuing, steady, gentle, comfortable. The trees welcome it, the earth welcomes it, the little cabin welcomes it, and perhaps, without even noticing, you welcome it too. Every soft sound outside seems to make the room inside feel warmer, safer, more peaceful. The blankets feel wonderfully comfortable now. Your pillow supports your head so gently that it almost feels as though it has disappeared beneath you. Every part of your body has found its own perfect place. There is no need to adjust, no need to check, no need to think about how relaxed you are. Your body already knows. It has quietly taken over, breathing for you, resting for you, settling more deeply with every passing moment. The voice you hear can become softer now, not because it is fading away, but because you no longer need to listen to every word. You can simply notice the sound, allowing the meaning to drift by, just as easily as the gentle rain drifting across the quiet forest. Nothing needs remembering, nothing needs holding on to, nothing needs to stay with you. These words are only gentle companions for a little while. They ask nothing from you. They expect nothing from you. They simply remain nearby, while your thoughts become lighter, your breathing becomes softer, and the peaceful comfort of the night continues to surround you, moment by moment, breath by breath, until the quiet becomes so familiar that even the sound of my voice begins to feel like another peaceful part of the night itself.